Hi, it's Monica Dubé with Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Life Coaching, and I'm doing the Lessons of A Course in Miracles. Today I'm on Lesson 40 and 41, and I'm doing two lessons because they really go together. One is I'm blessed as a son of God, and the other is God goes with me wherever I go. So that's why we're blessed, because we know that we're not separate from God, and we have the whole feeling and experience of being one with God going with us everywhere we go, no matter what we're doing or what circumstances we find ourselves in. And the lessons in the 40s are all about God and finding your relationship with God, and in terms of not a concept of God, but an experience of bringing that love into your heart again and remembering who you are. So today it says we're going to insert some of the happy things to which you are entitled, being what you are. So the premise is you already are the love of God, and because of that, you don't need long practice periods. You don't need, a long periods of meditation to do this course. You just have to practice the lesson every day. And this one says very frequent, short practice periods are required, once every 10 minutes. Can you imagine what kind of day you would have if you said this to yourself every 10 minutes? I'm blessed as a son of God. I am blessed. And that is what gives me so much happiness and freedom, to know that I can forget to do that, but when I remember, it's like, oh, I'm blessed. And every time you think I'm blessed, you're blessing yourself. And you're blessing everyone you see and everyone around you, and all your experiences come back to that remembrance of who you really are. You don't have to close your eyes for this day. You might find a number of situations when closing your eyes would not be appropriate. So the point is, don't even think about how you're going to do it. Just do it. It's really simple. And you can also, take absolutely no effort in this and just say it to yourself all day long. I'm blessed as a son of God. And I like to think of that really beautiful lesson too, that who walks with me, recognizing that I'm not ever alone. I can't be abandoned. I can't be separate. I can't be lonely. And that gives me such peace, knowing that God goes with me wherever I go. And of course, that's lesson 41. And how important is this? Today's idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment which all the separated ones experience. Wow, one lesson could do that. Depression is an inevitable consequence of separation, right? If you know that God goes with you wherever you go, you can't be depressed. It's impossible. The creative source of the universe goes with you. It's in every cell of your body. It's in your mind. It's in your thoughts. It's in all of your experiences, if you let it be, if you're aware of it. And it's really just a question of being aware, isn't it? So it's inevitable that you would feel depression, anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss when you think you're separate. That's true. But when you remember that that's not possible, and even all the ways you've tried to fix that, it says here, the separated ones have invented many cures for what they believe to be the ills of the world. But a cure for something that's not real is kind of silly. So the one thing they do not do is to question the reality of the problem. I did a coaching call yesterday with someone who is, has a really deep issue, and I really love that the challenge of that is to recognize that no matter what the issue is, no matter how deep the depression is, no matter how painful your anxiety has been throughout your life, you still have not questioned the reality of your problem. And that's where the key is to the unlocking of the truth of who you are. So here it is. Its effects cannot be cured because it is not real. Separation is not a real state. It isn't true. There's no way you can actually be separate and maintain it. There's no. You can think the thoughts and you can wallow around in them for years, even lifetimes, but truly in the end you're gonna get tired of it. You're gonna give it up because it doesn't work. It doesn't bring you satisfaction. And you're here, you put your faith in something that has no value. And you are a faithful being because human beings are faithful. We trust. We trust in something all the time. We either trust in the illusion or we trust in the truth. And when you're trusting in the illusion, you're going to get pain. That's the result. And when you trust in the truth, you're going to become free. It's so simple, but I just love it. So it has been foolishness, just even though it's been serious and tragic in some ways. You've had forms, and your life has taken on tragic forms, and you've made up stories about it. And your beliefs all reflect that. But deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the whole world. That's the truth. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real. Wow. And suffered out of its allegiance to these beliefs. You see, this is why I work in the belief system. I really know that it's the only way that you're going to become free is to challenge your beliefs of separation. It's the only way. And here is the key. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God goes with you wherever you go. Isn't that awesome? And we know you don't believe this, but, you know, the truth is hidden deep within you under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see. All right, so today we're making our first real attempt to get past the dark and heavy cloud and to go through it to the light beyond. It's just a cloud. It's just ephemeral. It's just a mirage. There's no real cloud there. It's really just your own ideas that are kind of swarming around your head, perhaps, and blocking your experience of connecting with the divine. But at some point you'll stop giving that any energy at all and any attention. You're going to recognize that I don't really have to do that to myself anymore. Isn't that awesome? So tomorrow, or this lesson 41 is, as soon as you get up, sit quietly for 3 to 5 minutes with your eyes closed, and at the beginning of the period, just say the idea to yourself every day. Then don't make any effort to think of anything. God goes with me wherever I go. Wow. You know, it's very easy to reach God because it's the most natural thing in the world. It is, you might even say it's the only natural thing in the world. It's the only thing that's really of your nature, which is to be in connection with your Creator. It makes perfect sense. God created you. How could you be separate? How could you want to be separate? And yet, you know, we find ourselves in a third-dimensional experience where we really believe we're separate. And I challenge that. I challenge that every day in my own mind. There's no way I'm separate from you. There's no way I'm separate from anything. You know, I'm in love with this lake. I get to come here and experience the joining of my mind with a lake that's just in perfect harmony. And it's not just the lake, but it's the whole surroundings. And I was so blessed to grow up in a place that's so beautiful. And I get to come back after all these years to experience it again and to be home with my family and to love myself again, truly love myself after all my adventures in the world. And I'm so grateful for that. So this exercise can bring very startling results even the first time it's attempted. It means that right now you could have an experience of God that would just blow your mind away. It would just bring you into a state of love and freedom that would just completely annihilate that denial. I'll just call it a denial. You know, you're only denying your own happiness when you deny yourself the peace of God. And that's just silly after a while you stop. You'll just give it up. I hope so. That's what I've done, and I really know that it's possible because I dedicated my life to it many years ago. And sometimes it's hard to accept that you were so deluded for so long and that, you know, you keep asking why. But the why is really silly because it's not true. I mean, if you were in a state of separation that didn't really bring you happiness, the question is to ask yourself why. Why did I do that? And then just let go. I don't know. You know, I was having a crazy dream of separation. The point is not why. The point is, what am I doing now? How am I experiencing myself now? Do I know that God goes with me wherever I go and that God is my source and I can't be separate from Him? Do I know that in my guts, in my cells, in my memories, in my mind? everything has brought me to the fruition of this. And you as well. Obviously, I'm just sharing what I know to be true because I want you to have it. I don't have any desire for myself except to keep being in the freedom of my own mind. And that's, it means I have to express it in order to keep it, right? It's the same thing in the 12-step program. In order to stay sober, you have to keep giving this message away. And it's the same thing. It's a miraculous program. So think of what you're saying. Concentrate on the holiness with which they imply about you. Keep concentrating on your own holiness and your own love. And on the unfailing companionship which is yours and the complete protection that surrounds you. So you can afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. It's just laughable, really, after a while. You see how crazy it is to think you're separate and to give energy to any idea of separation. So if you're interested in any of this and you get something from it, I appreciate it. I'm really glad. Please comment so I know who's watching. And also share it because other people can be freed up in just 10 minutes. It'd be so great to have people in your life see that they don't have to suffer anymore. They can go into this connection to themselves and within. And I'm just reflecting that because I want everyone to know how simple it can be. Course in Miracles, saved me from my dream of separation. And I was deep in it many years ago. And here I am now thinking thoughts of happiness and freedom, and I get to enjoy everything now. And I love you, and I want you to know that that's true for you too. Great. Have a great day. If you want to know more, go to healyourmindhealyourlife.com. Thanks. Bye now.